welcome to The Dynamic Entrepreneurs. I'm your hostess, Jenny Edwards, and today I have an incredible guest, Sean Douglas. What's up, Sean?
How's everybody doing?
Fantastic. I'm so thrilled to have you on the show, on the summit, because if you don't know Sean, he is a U.S. Air Force veteran, and this is perfect timing week to celebrate veterans. So this is a really excellent, excellent timing. And he's also a TEDx speaker, a master resilience implementer, and a suicide awareness trainer, business positioning strategist, and international radio host of Life Transformation Radio, and author. He's a suicide survivor who hit rock bottom, and he believes that you were created for a purpose. And once you unlock your true potential, you will elevate your life, which is why he has founded the Success Corps. Sean works with entrepreneurs, speakers, and business owners to improve their positioning in the market, and which increases their profitability, which is totally what we're talking about today, while decreasing their anxiety and stress so their business thrives. So I want to give a warm welcome, and what's up, Sean?
Thank you so much. What a great introduction. That's amazing. I need to hire you to come and introduce me every time I go speak on stage somewhere.
Okay, I can do that. Awesome.
That was awesome. Oh my gosh, that was awesome.
So tell us a little bit more about what you do.
Yeah, it's all about positioning. They say that most businesses fail in the first year, like 80% of businesses or 90% of businesses, they always fail in the first year. Then they have a list of all of these, no capital, product to market is slow, barrier to entry is high, like all this, all these reasons why. But the number one reason is, and you can call it whatever you want, but it's positioning. Because if you were positioned correctly, the VCs and the angel investors, they would want to invest in you. If you knew what problem you solved, you'd be positioned to solve it. And if you knew what market industry that you were targeting and you had a target market, that means that you would be positioned to attract that target market.
Yeah.
So
that totally simplifies it.
But they're not. So positioning is everything.
Yeah, absolutely. That's great. So obviously you have like a wealth of knowledge and different experiences that you've had in your background. And I'm just curious, like what really called you to create this type of work? Was there some kind of, path that you were on that you felt this wasn't in alignment and you needed to make this change and cross over into the unknown, expanding your comfort zone or learning more?
Oh yeah.
What was that for you?
Yeah. So, oh man, how depth do you want to go? I was always the person that kind of just floundered and kind of just did whatever. I wasn't 5 years old. As a matter of fact, I can't say that. At 5, 6, 7 years old, I was like, I'm going to be a farmer and it's going to be amazing. My grandfather was a farmer and I loved the tractors and I loved the harvesting and like the country and country music. And I was like, I'm going to be a cowboy and I'm going to be like, whatever. Then my mom and dad divorced. And at that point I was like, I'm just going to do whatever. Like I have no passion. I literally have lost all passion in life.
How old were you when that happened?
7. About 7 years, 6, 7 years old. Well, yeah, but 6. So, what happened was they divorced and all that, and it just, life is just traumatic and it's tumultuous and it's just it's ridiculous. Beatings and cops and all the other stuff. So I literally had no ambition in life. And I graduated high school with a 1.9, had no idea what I was going to do. And then September 11th came and I said, heck yeah, this is my moment to shine. This is my dare to be great moment. And so I joined the Air Force and I've been in the Air Force ever since, but the same thing happened. I was kind of floundering. This is what I'm going to do for now. I'm not really sure what I want to do in life. And then I got caught up in alcohol abuse and suicide and losing everything and house fires. And it was just crazy. But it was that moment where I was going to end my life that I saw the value that other people saw. Like, I had people come into the house, stopping me, calling me, like, no, don't do it. Like, you're valuable. And I'm like, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. So I got the help I needed. And then I learned that your mess is your message and your test is your testimony.
Ooh, that's good.
I go back 10 years, 2008, suicidal, abusing alcohol, losing my military career, losing the wife and kids. 2009, I become a drill instructor. I got help. I become a drill instructor. 2009 to 2013, I become the best version of myself. So I thought, but I become the best version of myself. And still having issues, still having the thinking problems, the mentality problems. 2014, I become a resilience trainer and suicide awareness trainer for the Air Force. I did that. I still do that, but I was the lead trainer in the program until March of 2019.
Wow.
Had I not gone through all that stuff in my childhood, had I not joined the military, had I not gone through my moment, my rock bottom moment, had I not become a drill instructor to learn to speak, had I not become a master resilience trainer to have a platform to tell my story on, had I not started my radio show, had I not read my book, had I not become a speaker that learned the platform, that solved the problem, and learned that your mess is your message and your test is your testimony, I would not be here with you right now.
You would not be the man you are today. Exactly.
Correct.
This is so, we teach the hero's journey formula for, what I do with video marketing for entrepreneurs. And this is like amazing for the, the clarity that you have about your mess becoming your message and all of those things on your pathway that, you should have a Hollywood movie made about your life.
That would be amazing if somebody found my book and used it as a script.
Yeah.
Like, exactly. Oh, that would be just, even if it was like a domestic violence awareness movie or just a hero's journey like movie. And it almost kind of like followed, what's it called? The Christian movie about the song. Imagine. You know what I'm talking about? I could only imagine.
That movie.
So there's a movie called I Could Only Imagine or something like that. Imagine. Anyway, it's a really great song. And it literally follows like this young boy who's really creative and his parents split up and so the mom just left. And so him and his dad, it was only them two, and he used to beat him all the time and like really, really bad, like beat him all the time. And then he used to go to these Christian camps and he's like, imagine your life, imagine your life, imagine your life. And then he leaves and wants to be a singer, but it's not working for him. Everything's failing. And then his dad has cancer, and I won't ruin it. But then the Imagine song comes out. So and really in 2014, I started like, maybe I should venture that way. Maybe I should become a Christian. Maybe I should, I was raised Roman Catholic, but I never believed in it, but maybe I should become a Christian. And then, so that's kind of been my life. So I love movies like that because I'm like, I can relate to that.
Nice. So let's talk about then what you've been able to do with taking that mess and transforming it into a message. And what kind of insights do you have for our viewers? Because I know many of you have had messes in your life, and sometimes it just requires it's the positioning, right? Reframing it into how can I use this as a message to propel me to the next level of my journey and for my business. How would you suggest that people could actually monetize that?
Yeah. Before I even start my talk, most speakers walk out and go, thank you for having me. Here's a little bit about me. I don't ever do that. I start off with my message. It's never about me. It's about the message. Every talk I give usually has that 3 to 4 sentence, powerful, whatever the message is for that talk. The one that I gave in LA just recently was, you have the power to say, this is not how my story ends. You have the ability to change your trajectory and to write your success story. If you don't feel worthy, if you don't feel valued, most people don't in the beginning. Everybody starts at 0. You have the ability to write your success story. So make the decision today and write your success story. I'm living proof that you can rewrite your story. So that's my message.
Nice.
How have I monetized that? I get booked to speak. And in the beginning of my talk is the message. So I give that message and I'm getting paid to deliver that talk. How I've taken that and monetized that is my radio show has the same message. My book has the same message. And so I'm literally monetizing that message by delivering a keynote speech. That's literally a keynote speech is how I'm monetizing it. And then you got the radio shows, the podcast, and the books, and the other stuff. So what I tell people is that you must have a message. It's 3 parts. Have a message, whatever is the message. And so the message that I just delivered is that. The second part is, who needs to hear that message? Who is your target market? Who needs to hear that message? And what you'll find out is that the message that you want to give the world isn't the people that you're serving. Let's say that I want to serve teachers. Let's say I want to serve teachers. I really want to pump up the teachers because the education system and the children that they serve, and I really want to pump up teachers. Well, what's my message? My message is that you have the power to rewrite your success story. My message is that you have the ability to overcome. You have the ability to, whatever. Well, who needs to hear that message? Who needs to overcome? Maybe it's people suffering from PTSD. Do teachers suffer from PTSD? Maybe not. Maybe it's failed business owners. Maybe it's a business owner, an entrepreneur who has a failed business. Maybe they opened up a restaurant and it closed within 3 months because nobody went there. Maybe I'm speaking to failed business owners. Do teachers need to overcome something? Maybe. But when you craft that 3 to 4 sentence message and you deliver that message, you'll quickly find out that who you're currently serving may not be your target market based on your message. And then the third part is, where do they hang out? Where do I find them? Most people are like, how do I find speaking gigs? How do I find money? How do I find business? How do I find this? How do I find this? By having a message and figure out who your target market is. Who needs to hear this message? Then you need to figure out where they hang out. And usually if you figure out like a business owner, where do business owners hang out? Social media, they hang out at networking events, they hang out at conferences, they hang out at summits. That's it.
Awesome. That's a great way to simplify it. Okay. So if you're watching this and hopefully you're taking notes, because the amount of clarity, I mean, obviously this message, this 3 to 4 sentences is super vital for so many areas of your marketing. Whether you're in person, you're meeting somebody face to face, you're getting up at a networking referral group or something meeting, and you have 45 seconds to give your pitch, your elevator pitch. Of course, if you are using it for social media and you're looking at the different areas like Sean was saying, where are these people hanging out, or in LinkedIn groups, or in, different groups across different platforms, and really taking the time to clarify that message. So I would definitely give, all of you some journaling homework after this, to be jotting down exactly what are your 3 to 4 sentences, like Sean suggested, to get crystal clarity on what that says and who you're shaping that for. That's perfect. Thank you for those insights, Sean.
You're welcome.
Cool.
You're welcome.
So then tell us, is there something that you wanted to offer to our audience today? Some
Absolutely.
kind of special awesomeness that you have cooked up for us?
Absolutely. Most people with a message need to figure out how to deliver that message. And then most people that have a message to deliver who want to deliver it need to figure out where and to who. So what I have is I have my no BS, no fluff guide to getting booked to speak. It's on virtual summits, TEDx talks, podcasts, however it is. Entrepreneurs have a message they want to give to the world. They just don't know where and to who to give it to. So what I have for you for free, 15-page speaker strategy guide that has been proven to get speakers or people who want to deliver a message, podcasts. Maybe they don't want to speak on stage. Maybe they don't want to speak at conferences, but they want to get on podcasts, and they want to use podcasts and virtual summits to get their message out. In this guide, it shows you how to create a message, how to create a market, how to create a category, how to create the place where, or find the place where they hang out. 15-page speaker strategy guide that gets people booked for thousands of dollars and has a great marketing strategy in it. And the link is going to be somewhere in the notes, but it's a bit.ly link, get booked to speak, bit.ly/get booked to speak. And the first words of each, the first letter of each word, get booked to speak, GBTS, yeah, get booked to speak, is going to be capitalized to make it unique. And then there's a promo code, free for me, all caps, free for the number 4 me. And that will allow you to download the guide for free, which I charge $47 for, but I'm giving it to you for free today.
Woohoo! Thank you, Sean. That's awesome.
Welcome.
We appreciate your generosity.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Sounds like an incredible tool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I feel like a lot of people get overwhelmed by like, I know I want to speak. What do I do next? Where do I go? And then that overwhelm leads to nothing. And then life takes over. And
starting is the hardest step. The first step is always the hardest.
Yeah.
Because once you got the momentum, it's a funny thing that happens. 3 years into it, you start getting phone calls. You don't have to prospect as much because you've got the momentum. You've done the positioning. You've done the foundation. You've done the hard work. So
yeah, put in some.
Starting is the hardest. And this guide gets people started. Follow the strategies in this guide. And I promise you, amazing abundance will happen.
Yeah, I like it. Amazing abundance. 3 cheers for that. Giving back and having clarity and purpose and sharing that with the world to make a better impact, a bigger impact, and create lots of positive change and transformation.
Hell yeah.
I love it.
Oh yeah.
I love it. Ooh, I can't wait to see the results that people get from doing the strategy. Super cool. Well, I really thank you for sharing your story and being vulnerable and just really showing up for us today. So I
thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's been super fun. And
yeah,
I hope
absolutely.
that those of you that have been watching have really looked at how you could also relate your personal story, your mess, and how you could really shift that into your message so that you can also relate and build trust with your prospective audience too. Getting clarity about who the audience is so that you can better position yourself and really share your purpose and thrive, like Sean says.
Absolutely. Positioning is everything. Either you position you or the marketplace will position you. And if the marketplace positions you, you're done.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's a really good point. Awesome. Well, we'll definitely be sharing that URL that Sean mentioned, and take this opportunity because this is a really valuable tool. And I haven't seen anything out there quite like it. And Sean definitely has a lot of expertise and a lot of success in this area. So you should definitely take his advice.
Absolutely.
Cool. We'll have an amazing, inspiring, and impacting day. And thank you for watching The Dynamic Entrepreneurs. Thanks, Sean.
Thank you.